first form is the move in and move out condition. And obviously you've just signed the rental agreement and you're going to do a walkthrough of that property. I like to fill this out before I meet with the tenants and then go through it with them and then modify it as we see things together with two eyes. But you're going to put the date at the top and you're going to put their names and the rental address. And you're going to use great, G for great, A for acceptable, fair for fair, poor, or not applicable. So it's pretty straightforward. You know, you're just going to go down all the different items. You have general items, you have the kitchen, you have essential services, heating, hot water. I mean, like just even on the hot water, does this mean that you should check to see the high temperature because you don't want scalding water? You want to make sure that it's not over a certain, I think it's 120 degrees, I can't remember. But you'd want to make sure that that's working. You want to look through the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, make sure that they are newer, up to date, and working in every level of the property. You're literally going to go through it. You know your property better than anybody. You're going to know what parts you're most concerned with. Are you looking at every shelf and drawer? Are you counting the number of ice trays? I mean, we can get down into the weeds here. So I'm not going to go through all the different things you can mark up. But basically, you have two sides to this. This is the side in that, you know, what the condition is when they take possession. And you're saving this form for when they move out. And then what condition is left after. What goes a long way, this form is written a while ago, but photographs are super important. And, you know, videos are easier to take because you take the whole place at once. I've been told that if there is a dispute, judges have a hard time looking at videos, but they have an easier time looking at photographs. So 30 photographs might be better than one 30-minute video. Just a thought. So as you go through it all, you're going to mark it all down and you can make notes. And I have very often 3 lines is not enough notes. So I will say see reverse side, and there's a blank side on this form, and I'll write down the things and we'll kind of go through everything we write down on this. I'm going to ask the tenant to sign off on and agree to. So there's a meeting of the minds in terms of what the condition of the property is in. And of course, going into this form, one of the caveats, one of the, you know, antennas going up, one of the red flags is I don't believe that you should get your expectations to the point where you think it's going to be left in exactly the same condition as when they got it. How long they've lived there, what kind of use they have. So much goes into what normal wear and tear really is. And you know, it's just part of owning a rental is deferred maintenance, and you're not going to be able to offload every improvement, every cost of everything to the tenant that live there. So just a thought. You may or may not like what I'm saying there, but you're going to sign it. You're going to put any notes on the move out condition when you get back to it. And you're going to make sure that the tenant gives your forwarding address when they move out, because you're going to go through a walkthrough. And again, in the city of Portland, they require you to actually give the tenant the opportunity to walk through with you. The rest of the state doesn't have that requirement, and it's been common practice for landlords to do the walkthrough without the tenant present, just so you have enough time and space to look around without being kind of having somebody breathe over your neck. But you might want to get used to it because they're probably going to be updating that law statewide someday. So there's at the very bottom, there's this little line here that I just highlighted. It says, I agree, this is when they move out, that all personal property left on the premises may be sold or disposed of by the landlord without complying with the requirements of ORS 9425. And this is the abandoned property feature. So, you know, this is kind of like, hey, we're going to get you to pre-agree to something that you may not know what it's all about. So abandoned property is a whole other conversation, but pretty simply, one man's garbage is another man's treasures. And if it's something that is got a life span on it and it would rot, it's garbage. If it's something that is an old mattress, maybe somebody else believes that that's something that can be slept on, it may need an abandoned property modification. So before I haul a ton of stuff off to a junkyard, I will, you know, probably follow the abandoned property rules. But I also talk to the tenant. And they might leave a pile of stuff there, and I'll just let them know, hey, look, we can move it for you, we can throw it away, but I want you to know it'll probably cost you more based on the final accounting when we do it than if you did it for yourself, because we got to pay for the hours, the truck, the insurance, all that stuff. You could just, put it in the back of your pickup and take it away, or get a friend to do it. So sometimes just conversations can go a little bit for you.